Hi everyone. So we were discussing about the refraction of light at plane surfaces. So today's concept is Snell's law, very important concept. So here, think that your friend is drowning in the water. Now you want to save your friend. Okay. So think that this is the river. This is the river. Okay. And your friend is at B position, and you are at the A position. Okay. Now your friend is drowning in the water. Now you want to save your friend. So if you observe that there are different ways, there are different paths in such a way that you can save your friend. So what is the thing that you have to observe in your mind, that in less time you have to save your friend, otherwise what will happen to your friend? Your friend will die. So there are different paths in such a way that you can save your friend, but the thing is that in very less time you have to save your friend. Okay. So in one thing what we can understand, that it will be very easy to run on the land comparing with swimming in the water. To swim in the water we require more force, but here more energy also. But when you are running on the land, we require less energy and less force is required to run on the land comparing with when you swim in the water, right? So as I said, what we can say, the speed or the velocity with which you are running, take it as v1, and the velocity with which you are swimming in the water, you take it as v2. So what I said, v1 will be greater than v2. Why v1 will be greater than v2? As I said, it will be easy to run on the land comparing with when you swim in the water. So that is the reason I have written v1 is greater than v2. As I said, there are different ways, different paths in which you can save your friend. But the thing is that you should select a particular path which takes very less time to save your friend. So you must know what is the path which I have to take such that I can save my friend. That's what we require. Now here, what I will do, think that this is our B, this is our A position. Think that this path I have covered, and let me draw it here. Okay, here. In that way I have moved to the B position. Let it be T, A, P, B. Okay. Let the time taken to travel from A, P, B, be T time. Okay. And here what I will do, I will take this path and I have covered to B, and let it be as P dash. Okay, means what? In the first condition what I have done, I have covered more distance on the ground and less distance on the water. But here in the second case what I have done, P dash condition what I have done, I have covered less distance on the land and more distance in the water. Let the time be same. Let assume that time taken to cover A, P, B is equal to time taken to cover A, P dash B. Because as I said, here also you can move far, but the thing is that we require more energy to move in the water. So what I will do, now I will take time taken as T to cover APB is equal to time taken to cover the path AP dash B. Okay. So this is only the path. We can take different paths to think that this is another path AQB. Okay. AQB path also I can take, and similar way AQ dash B. Okay, so time taken to cover the path AQB is equal to time taken to cover the path AQ dash B. We can take some other path also, like I will take ARB or AR dash B. So here, as I said, time taken to cover ARB is equal to time taken to cover AR dash B. I am assuming, means what? I have to cover, if I am taking the path ARB, I have to run more on the land and I have to swim less in the water. If I am taking the path AR dash B, here what I have to do, I have to run less on the land, but I have to swim more in the water. Understood up to here? So with these points, let me draw a graph. What is that graph? I will take time. Okay, because with this we are going to find out what is the path which take less time to travel. So is the less time to save your friend. So here this is our time and this is our path distance. Okay. Now I will write it as P dash, Q dash, R dash, and here R, Q, P. As I said, time taken to cover A, P, B will be equal to time taken to cover A, P dash B. So I will write here time dash, keep it as dot here, and also P, this P. Here also I keep one dot because both are same. Same time is taken to cover A, P, B and A, P dash B. At the same time here, Q dash and Q, R dash and R. So when I join the points, what I will get? When I join the points, I will get one curved path. Right, I will get one curved path. If you observe here, this will be our lowest point. Now what does this lowest point tell us about? This lowest point tells about the least time taken by yourself to save your friend. That's what I will take it as C. So if I observe here, I will take one point here C. If I draw this point C, so here ACB will be the path which take very less time to save my friend. Understood? Even though there are different paths to save your friend, here if you observe the different path, only ACB is the path where I can save my friend in very less time. Now here what I will do, I will take one more path here, ADB. Okay, why at ADB here is C and D positions are very nearer. So I will take one more path ADB along with the ACB. So what I will do, I will remove all other paths. I will consider only these two paths. Understood? Okay, two paths I have taken ACB and ADB. Understand? Now what I will do? From C, I will draw one perpendicular here, touching the DB. Okay, DB. At the same time, from D, I will draw one perpendicular touching the AC. I will keep this as E and I will keep this as F. And one more thing what I will do, at C, I will draw one normal. Here also at D, I will draw one normal. Understood up to here? So here I will take, as you know that, ray with the normal, it is considered as what? Incident ray. Here if it is incident ray, this also I will take it as I. As I said, here ACB path and ADB path are very nearer. So here if it is normal, it is making an angle I, here it will be I. If it is I, what is this? Refracted ray, R. And this also will be what? This also will be R. Up here understood? Okay. Now, so here if you observe that, if you compare the path ACB and path ADB, path ACB and path ADB, if you compare with the second path, what I have to do, if you compare with ADB, here observe this EC and DF. EC and DF, as I said, both paths takes same time to travel. Here, what I will do, I can say that time taken to travel EC will be equal to time taken to travel DF. Okay, time taken to travel EC will be equal to time taken to travel DF. As I said, as it takes similar time to travel ACB and same time to travel ADB, what I will do, time taken to travel EC will be equal to time taken to travel DF. Okay. Now if you compare with ADB, here if I am taking the path ACB, I have to cover EC path more on the ground to save my friend. Okay, listen carefully. And if I am taking ADB path, I have to cover, as I said, EC and DF same. If I am taking the path ADB, I have to cover DF path more in the water to save my friend. Okay, if I am covering the first part, if I am taking the first path ACB, I have to cover more easy path on the land to save my friend. If I am taking the path ADB, I have to travel DF more distance, extra distance to save my friend comparing with the path ACB. Understood everyone up to here? So here what I will do, what is the formula for velocity? Velocity is equal to distance by time or displacement by time. So here time taken I said. So what I am, this is what time will be. Time taken by our EC path is equal to time taken to travel DF path. So here 10t is equal to what I will write, distance by velocity. I can write distance by velocity. So here distance by velocity. What is that EC? EC is what? EC is the distance. Distance by, as I said, I will take this one is what? V1 and this is V2. EC by V1 is equal to what is that? DF. DF by V2. Okay, then what I will write, V1 by V2 is equals to what is that? EC by DF. Okay, up here understood? Yes. Now what I will do? Consider this part, this triangle. I will take a part and I will write here. What is that? This part only. Okay, this triangle. See, this part I am drawing. Okay. This is our normal. What is this? C. This is what E, and this is our D. And this is our 90 degrees. As I said, we are drawing one line perpendicular to the line AC. So this is our D, 90 degrees. Now what is this angle? As we already seen that, what is this? I. Okay. As you already know that, if it is I, what is this part? Total, if you observe here, it is 90 degrees, total 90 degrees. If this part is I, what will be this part? This part will be 90 minus I, because total it is 90 degrees. If this part is I, this will be 90 minus I. As you already know that in a triangle, sum of the triangle is equals to 180 degrees. Sum of the x plus 90 minus I is equals to 0, 180 degrees. 180 degrees. 180 degrees. So here 90 and 180 gets cancelled. What you will write, x is equals to I. So what will be this angle? It will be I. Okay. Now we already know that sin I is equals to what is that? Opposite side by adjacent side. Opposite side by adjacent side. See here, opposite side is what? EC by adjacent side is what? DC. I will take it as equation number 1. Now again what I will do, I will consider this part, down part. So this normal DCF. As we know that this is our what? Perpendicular to what? DB. Perpendicular to DB. Now here what we write, this is our 90 degrees and this is what? This is our angle of refraction. So here this is R and what will be this part? What it is what? 90 degrees. This part is R. What will be this one? For 90 minus R. So here this will be what? R. So sin R is equal to opposite side by adjacent side. dF by dC. dF by dC. Equation 1 by equation 2. Equation 1 is what? Sin I by sin R is equals to what is sin I? EC by DC by dF by DC. DC gets cancelled. Sin I by sin R is equals to what? EC by dF. We already know that EC by dF is what? V1 by V2. But we already know this is what? Refractive index formula. N is equals to what? C by V. From this what I can write, N is inversely proportional what? So N1 by N2 is equal to what? V2 by V1. So here what I will write? What I will write here, instead of V1 by V2, what I will write? N2 by N1. So what I will write? Sin I by sin R is equal to N2 by N1. So do the cross multiplication, what I will write? N1 sin I is equals to N2 sin R. This is our Snell's law. N1 sin I is equals to N2 sin R. So as the laws of reflection, if you observe the reflection follows two rules. What is that? So angle of incidence, angle of reflection, and the normal should lie on the same plane. That is what? Laws of reflection. Here in this also it will follow two laws. Whatever this refracted ray is it, refracted ray also follows two laws. First one is what? Incident ray, refracted ray, and the normal should lie on the same plane. Second rule is what? That refracted refracted ray should follow this Snell's law. Okay, N1 sin I is equals to N2 sin R. I hope everyone understood this Snell's law. This is a very important concept. Yes, thank you.